Now, how do we translate a combined variation statement? So, for this given example, let's try to study. So, write an equation for the following statement using k as a constant of variation. Just to give you an example, this is an equation of variation statement for a combined variation. So, the statement says z varies directly to x and inversely to y. So, we interpret it as z is equal to kx over y. So, direct kasi siya sa x, kaya katabi ni k si x, and then inverse daw siya kay y. So, nasa denominator siya, di ba? Ganun naman kapag inverse variation, nasa baba ng k yung ating variable or yung ating isang quantity. Now, as we try to have this following example, meron tayong nakalagay dito, A varies directly to B and inversely to C. So, kung titignan mo, meron tayo dito, ito yung tatlong quantities natin, A, B, and C. So, A will now be equal to KB over C. So, kung titignan nyo, varies directly kasi siya kay B, kaya katabi ni K si B. And then, inversely to C, kaya katabi, ay nasa ilalim ng K natin yung C niya. So, ganun lang kadali mag-translate ng combined variation statement into a mathematical equation. So, as we continue, let's try to have this second example. Z varies directly as the square of x and inversely as y. So, kung titingnan mo dito, ito yung consider natin, z, then the square of x. So, huwag mong kakalimutan, binanggit the square of x. So, kung i-interpret mo yan, dapat x squared yan kasi the square of x eh. And then inversely as y. So, we can translate this one as z is equal to kx squared all over y. Yan. So, varies directly daw siya to the square of x. So, katabi ni k yung x squared natin and then all over y because it varies inversely to y. So, let's try to have this third example rather. So, the resistance R varies directly with its length L and inversely as the square of its diameter. So, for this one, let's try to consider this R as our first quantity, and the length will be the second, and the third will be the square of its diameter. So, yan. So, square of its diameter, we can interpret this as D, but in this case, square of its diameter daw, kaya naging D squared. Yan. So, how do we interpret this one into a mathematical equation? It's R is equal to KL all over D squared. So, kung makikita nyo, katabi ng K natin is L, and then it varies inversely as the square of diameter, kaya D squared yun nasa denominator. And that's how you translate combined variation statement into a mathematical equation.